I now recognize gentlelady from New Jersey, Ms. McIver, for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member. I want to truly begin by recognizing and thanking the dedicated people who protect our airways, ports, and waterways, critical cyber infrastructure, and support our emergency preparedness systems across this country. Many of whom have been forced to work without pay, which has been discussed over and over today in this committee. You do not deserve this if you are tuned in or in this chamber today. You deserve better. You already had to deal with a month and a half without pay last year because Republicans refused to support affordable health care. Now it's been over a month without pay again because once again Republicans refuse to rein in ICE's cruelty. We're here, just to be clear, about ICE's cruelty that we've all had the opportunity, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, see play out in broad daylight in front of us all when they killed American citizens right before our eyes. This hits close to home for me because my district, New Jersey's 10th congressional district, is home to one of the largest airports in the country, Newark Liberty Airport. I have heard personal stories of TSA workers having to skip meals or take their kids out of daycare. These are the real world consequences of Republicans' agenda. On top of that, ICE is now stationed in Newark Liberty Airport, adding stress, fear, and government waste to an already chaotic situation. And on top of that, chilling and drinking coffee. Acting Administrator McNeill, you mentioned earlier in one of your testimonies that ICE was helping TSA agents operate the CAT machine, which basically, for those who do not know, validates IDs at TSA checkpoints. ICE does not have the specialized skills or training with that technology. Most of them only have 41 days of training that we heard in the last hearing of training to be an ICE agent. So let alone they surely do not have training on this specialized technology. How are they helping operate this machine, this technology? How is that possible?
Congresswoman, we do have training for the operation of the travel document checker, and during the last 43-day shutdown, we also had to train additional employees to operate the TDC, including airport staff and others that volunteered to help us during that extended shutdown. And this time around, we're doing the same thing with
the ICE folks who got here to the airport this week, you offered them training on the CAT machine already?
We have spent several days doing training on multiple different functions.
Several days. Today is Wednesday. So when were they getting serval training? Was it this week or last week?
It was this week.
Okay, so they started getting training on Monday?
Correct.
And you talked about like your training and everything that goes into TSA, being a TSA agent that takes 6 months. You're telling me that you were able within 72 hours to train ICE agents how to operate the CAT technology system.
The travel document checker function is one of the non-specialized screening functions of TSA. And so where others can come in, we can train them to conduct this function while we focus our TSO workforce on some of the more highly skilled screening procedures, security screening procedures at the checkpoint.
Can you run through again what ICE is doing at these airports? Because at my airport, I've spoken to them. I had multiple calls with each of them, and basically ICE is standing in the lobby area, not operating these machines like you said. I don't know if this happened in every other airport because only could speak to Newark Liberty Airport, but they're not doing anything other than being accompanied with the Port Authority police officer and standing in the lobby. So, I mean, what are they doing? Like, what's the list of duties that you are allowing ICE agents basically to do when it comes to TSA screenings?
Yeah, so they're helping us on several different functions, including queue management, helping us with exit lane staffing, divesting, giving passengers instructions on how to load up their bins and all of that, and then helping operate the travel document checker as well. And all of these require certain levels of training, and we've done that over the first few days of this week. And obviously, when we roll out operations, it takes a while to really get folks, embedded into our operations, and it's gone extremely well. And our feedback from the passengers and our field leadership has been very positive.
Well, I wish I could say the same thing for Newark Liberty Airport. That's not the case there. Folks are really annoyed, just seeing them standing around because once again, I'm telling you critical information, factual information that they're not doing any of that you just ran down at Newark Liberty Airport. So obviously there's some disconnect in what is going on and what is happening. I just want to point out, Chairman, I'm not sure what's wrong with the clock, but it definitely hasn't been 5 minutes. Not unless I'm just crazy. It's been a long hearing, but I'm down to 3 seconds, and that seems like that went really quickly. I will end with one thing. Acting Administrator McNeill, do you believe that, do you support a bill just to fund TSA at this moment in time?
I support the funding for the Department of Homeland Security, which includes TSA. But as I mentioned earlier, we don't function in a silo at the Department of Homeland Security.
I mean, your responsibility is TSA, though.
I am
So are
part
you
of the
representing
leadership team of
TSA
the
or
Department of
Homeland
Homeland
Security? Which one do you represent, Homeland Security or TSA?
We are one team, one mission at DHS.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And I hope TSA members are seeing this because your main function and responsibility should be of TSA and protecting them and making sure that they get paid. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back. Thank you.
Gentlelady yields back. I now recognize the gentlelady from South Carolina, Ms. Biggs, for 5 minutes of questions.
Thank you, Chairman Garbarino, for holding this hearing.